Hi Jon Vanstone, thank you for joining us for another Fit Show family instalment. So Jon, you are joining us from Certass today and hot on the heels of signing up for Fit Show 21. For those of our audience who don't know who Certass are, what you do, could you just give us a little bit of an overview, a bit of an introduction?
Hi Jess, nice to meet you. My name is Jon Vanstone, I'm the chairman of Certass. Certass is a trade association and competent person scheme for local and regional installers. We ensure that SMEs have information and guidance they need to meet regulations and effectively trade in today's market. Certass has now expanded from just doing that into also working in supply chain, and we're helping bodies, manufacturers and fabricators communicate effectively with government. And just to give a bit of background, Certass is also the current Trade Association of the Year according to BEI's sponsored Trade Association Forum.
Excellent. And in terms of members, how many members do you have currently?
3,500 businesses, majority of which are local installers. We've got some manufacturers.
In terms of recent events and the global pandemic, coronavirus, how have you adapted in the current, to help your members throughout this period?
During COVID, we ensured that there was a communication platform for members. So we set up a new online, the moment lockdown started, we set up a Facebook forum that very day. We then ran the forum and had people on it 7 days a week for the first 3 months. And the aim being that we took information, we lobbied with government, talked to them about things such as the financing for SMEs, etc. And then we fed back the information to our members, took questions for them, gave them the answers, and then fed back the effectiveness to government. So pretty active.
Yeah, and would you say that that's something that will continue, or was that kind of a short-term measure? Are there any kind of practices that you think you'll carry forward for your members?
But when we started, the aim was to get us over the period. It's going to stay now, as in it's proven to be very, very successful. We've had a lot of good commentary on it. And we've also been asked by an area of government to actually give an insight into how we've done it so they can replicate it elsewhere. And we're actually working on that now.
Fantastic. So for people who don't know, what exactly is it that Certass does?
Well, Certass Group enables you to comply with regulations, gain certifications you need for your business, gives you clear information, guidance on what you need to do, what you can choose to do, and how you go about it, and it helps you upskill your team and the business itself.
Excellent. And in terms of what people can expect from Certass over the coming months, obviously you talked about how you've adapted during the height of the COVID pandemic, but what are your plans kind of growth-wise over the next kind of 6, 12, 18 months' time?
Certass is doing a lot of work under the umbrella of its trade association, operates a fully funded TA. Our aim is to support industry on key areas that we're going to meet. We're going to meet new competency regulation changes. We're looking at changing in building regulations. We're also looking at the fact that a lot of construction will have to comply with the new building safety regulator. So I think our job is to make sure that people know where they are, what's coming a year in advance. So rather than be caught on the hop and suddenly have 1 month to change, they've got 12 months to adapt to it. But I think from a Certass perspective, we're trying to make sure that our members are on a journey or pathway, whatever you call them, to make sure that when it happens, they're already there. And it's quite simply business as usual.
Yeah, excellent. And obviously there have been a lot of kind of announcements made even during the lockdown period in terms of the Greener Homes initiative, also the government carbon zero emissions target, which is announced throughout this period. So are there any kind of key themes and topics that you expect to see covered at Fit Show, and how are you going to kind of help our audience throughout that period?
Yeah, well, the Green Homes Grant is one of many programs on the road to the carbon targets. I think for our industry, we have to be aware of the fact that to meet the whole house targets, and I think 40% of carbon emissions come out of the homes, we need to upgrade old windows, housing stock, and we need to work better with other areas of construction. Often there's issues between glaziers and other boundary measures such as insulation, and government's looking for us to say, look, we know what we're doing. If you invest in us, we'll be able to help you meet these areas. And I think the key thing for us is to make sure that we communicate that message to government, that we're ready, we're right, this is what we're going to do to make sure we do it, but also to our members and say, look, if you're here, the chance of getting funded is much higher.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely something that we're looking at adapting the Fit Show content programme to reflect to. So obviously lots of content around at the minute in terms of doing better business and getting people in the best shape possible to do best business, but also we're going to be leaving gaps in there too, to reflect what changes happen over the coming months, be that Brexit, be that new government announcements towards the first quarter of next year before we go into Fit Show. Obviously we're delighted to have you on board for Fit Show 21. What can our visitors expect from Certass at Fit Show 21?
Well, to be honest, we're going to Fit Show because we see it as a meeting place for the industry. As in, Fit Shows are, it's a chance for everyone to come together, debate topics that you otherwise don't have enough people around the table to do, and look at the challenges ahead. I'm hoping at Fit Show we get the opportunity to debate on things that I think our industry doesn't always agree. And too often we look at things from a certain light, and actually we need to look at it from all angles and put it out there open. And I think Fit Show provides that opportunity. Certass at the show will be providing a series of experts. We'll be providing an information hub. So members who come visit us and others too will be able to get advice, guidance, ask questions that otherwise they may not ask. And I think it's a case of no question is a silly question. Please come and talk to us. We're already talking to other businesses outside of our industry about coming and being on our stand. And so anyone that has a question on any area of their business can come and get the answer they need.
Great. That sounds good. We'll look forward to seeing you there then. Thanks so much for your time, Jon.
No worries. Thank you.